happened was that David conspired against Uriah, and Uriah died, and he took his wife, and the child that they had died. But however, God had to rise up something that was from that sin. So Absalom spent most of his days at the gates of the city, and he would be in a position to listen to people's grievances, and he would slowly conspire against his father. And as time went on, the hearts of men in Israel turned against the king. This is the same way that we do as people, is that when we get saved and life becomes good and we get married and we have these houses and we have good career, our hearts begin to be turned away from God. Right. As I've said before, there's nothing wrong with money, but it is the danger of lasting after things. There's a very thin line between being blessed and going after these things, going after cars, going after houses. There's nothing wrong about wanting a car and wanting a house, but it is when you are now acquiring and you're lasting after them and you're acquiring them in numbers. And you will see, as David, with David, it started with Bathsheba, and then we learn that he actually went on again and took another wife that came when he was being chased out of Bethlehem, of Jerusalem. Sorry. So David's appetite was an issue that was not dealt with. So God, we read on also, and we find out that there is the issue of him having 10 concubines. So he, all in all, from these scriptures, we find out now that he's got now at least 12 wives. So the issue of appetite was a problem. The issue of women was a problem to David. So God had to deal with it. He raised up a son that conspired against David, the same way that David rose up and conspired against God. Because at one time, when you read the book of Psalms, you hear that God was one thing that David desired. But then his desire shifted from the desiring to being in the house of the Lord day and night and inquiring of the Lord's presence. Now he is on the top of his roof. Instead of praying, he is lusting after women. And he has taken now 10 concubines. So whatever that you have, even though God may forgive you for that incident, it's like a volcano. A volcano can be it could be an error in the ground where the two tectonic plates meets and there is a crack, and the lava from the middle of the earth escapes, and it will become an issue. So God raised up Absalom to be able to glean and to teach and to discipline David. So God is a God of justice. God is a God of justice. So he does not only forgive sins, but he deals with the sin. Because when Ezekiel came before the Lord, the angel of the Lord took out a coal and he touched his mouth and he said, "Forgive me, Lord, for I am a man of sin." As I've said, there are three